the weird liminal space between it says it's live and the Zoom.
I think
the
it's
Facebook
already
thing.
live.
Oh,
I think
it's
we're
definitely
already
live.
live. I think we're live.
But
Remember
it's such
those
a
days?
trick.
Remember those days when we didn't know if we were live, and like every like the first bunch of pop-up shows started that way. With are we live? I think we're live. But wait, are we live?
How young we were.
And then you'd hear your computer echoing it because you didn't know you had to mute your YouTube.
So
Hi, everybody. We're Highwire.
Yes.
I guess I'll start. We are very excited to be here, to be the four of us, to be announcing the sixth season, as well as giving away our awards, our fantastic Highwire awards, which Barry can show one. Can you
Fair.
Barry?
Fair.
I need to.
Yeah.
I need to drop the
now,
video.
For those who don't know, the Highwire awards have been very specially built. We had the almost glow in the dark awards.
Yeah.
We had the spinning awards. What do these ones do?
These ones are diamonds.
Okay.
You can see they are diamonds.
Yeah.
All right.
Stunning.
Diamond awards. So
wait, those aren't real diamonds. Right?
They're real diamond shape.
Diamond shape.
Did we approve the budget on this?
Depends on what you mean.
They were $5,000 each.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
It's that sweet, sweet grant money now that we're 501c3. And now that we're 501c3, you can donate money to us and deduct it from your taxes. And those at the end of the year, you get lots of emails like it's time's running out. We're not going to do it. We're gonna tell you at the beginning of the year, do it now, get it out of the way. Just send us $5,000, which will pay for one Highwire award, and we'll all be good. I think that's the way to go.
It should be noted that your donation is not in kind. It's not. Brian did not say $5,000 for you to receive one Highwire award. It's $5,000
to cover the
purchase
cost.
of one Highwire
It's not
award.
a quid pro quo. It's
not a quid pro quo. Yeah. It's not going to you necessarily.
Oh, JMO is watching. JMO is a Highwire award winner, I believe.
That's true.
Hey, JMO.
And Jess.
As well.
All right, let's do the quick schedule thing first. So,
hey, Jess.
I'm going to share my screen with my handy dandy PowerPoint. Let me do that. Share. And then go to the PowerPoint and start the PowerPoint. Okay. Season 6. It runs from January 31st to April 24th. So in 8 days, we will be starting the new season. Again, 12 weeks, just like normal. We have shows every day of the week. That means not every day of the season, but each of the 7 days has shows at some point. I was trying to figure out how to say that.
Nailed it.
We have a new partnership with the Armory, which will bring barracks teams to our Wednesday night programming. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. It's very exciting. More Black Joy Friday, continuing again for the 6th straight season. And the jam will continue. And let's do this now, because this is the last bullet on this page. Christian, we have exciting jam news, don't we?
Exciting jam news. Yes. So we've been doing our Sunday jams every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we've had a lot of support, people hosting those, people attending those. And those have been super duper fun. But, we want to, bring some more people in. We wanted to expand, what we're doing, kind of change up the times, change up the vibe. So we're going to be doing, so the barracks shows are going to be every other Wednesday, right? So on the off Wednesdays, we're going to have themed jams that are not going to be streamed. So in February, on the 2nd, we're going to have a themed jam, and on the 16th, we're going to have a themed jam. And I can tell you the themes, but I haven't confirmed who's doing what Wednesday yet. So we're going to have an LGBTQIA+ jam on one of those Wednesdays, and then the other Wednesday, and that's going to be hosted by the amazing Jess Roby. And then on the other Wednesday, we're going to have a character jam, and that will be hosted by Hannah Jeffrey. So I just have to confirm which lady wants which day, and we'll be doing that. And you might be saying to yourself, how can there be more jams on top of that? Well, I'll tell you how. February, as we all know, here in the States is Black History Month. So the amazing Blue Cavell LA is going to be hosting jams for Black performers on Fridays before Black Joy Fridays. So it's gonna be jam central up in here.
Jam-packed.
Jam-packed, yes. And I think on the last Friday, along with the jam, she's also going to be hosting a really cool roundtable for Black women performers in improv. So lots of cool things happening. And I love the jams because, one of the great things we get to take advantage of on, in this online sphere is connecting with people really all over the world. So, no matter where you are, I hope you can make one of those jams. We're going to have more themed jams going forward on those off Wednesdays and maybe other days. And we're going to try to play with like the times, so we can hopefully serve as many time zones and people as possible. So we will have all details out on that, hopefully in the next couple of days, and we'll be posting on the Instagram and Facebook. And
Awesome.
I think that's all of that. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Jeff, let's talk about the Barracks now. The Barracks program, both you and I have participated with the Armory. It originally was the Lightning teams, now is the Barracks. So how are we involved with this now?
Oh, we are involved by broadcasting the Barracks every other Wednesday starting February 9th. So we're going to alternate Barracks on Wednesdays, Barracks team jams, and so on and so forth. And talking about, Kristen was talking about reaching out worldwide. We have members of the Barracks team from not only from New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, DC, but also British Columbia, Canada, the Philippines, California, Los Angeles,
California and Los Angeles.
No. LA stands for Louisiana. That's a state.
Right.
Yes. As well as Pennsylvania, Washington, all over both America and a little bit international with our friends up north. Basically, we're gonna have 3 shows every other Wednesday. It's gonna be real fun. A lot of just following the fun, playing together for the first time, and then repeating for 6 weeks alternately. That's the most convoluted way of explaining that.
No, it's great. The Barracks and previously Lightning, for people who don't know, the teams are been put together, but if it continues the next season, these teams are just people randomly put together. There's no audition, there's no tryout process or anything like that. And teams aren't required to get coaching, although they can. They aren't required to practice. It's really just a chance to play with new people. This will be the first of the Lightning/Barracks seasons that I have not played in. It just won't work out on Wednesdays for me. And I've met some amazing people and had just some super fun shows. And the group up the Armory, who's Matt Kavanaugh and Kristen Elliott and Kimberly Stewart are the 3 on that side. And Millie Hoffman is helping on our side, along with Jeff. And it's a great program to just get back to the fun of improv and not have to worry about what's your format and what are the notes and all that. So we're real excited about that. All right. I think that is it for that kind of stuff. More than 60 teams/shows are going to be involved in season 6. And when you add in the Barracks teams to the Black Joy Friday team shows, we're nearing 70. It's crazy. I want to thank all the people who submitted and apologize for any cursing you may have heard through the ether of me. trying to make sure 60 to 70 teams could fit into a schedule. We're going to go through all the teams now, just very quickly. Some of this stuff is still fluctuating because it's impossible to nail every possible conflict on the first try. It's just the way it works. So without further ado, here's
Further ado.
that.
Further ado. Here's Black Joy Fridays are continuing. It's going to be 2 weekends per month right now. 1 week will be the block party like it always has been. That'll be hosted by Cakewalk. And then Tashika Campbell is producing shows on the February 18th, March 11th, and April 8th. Exactly which show will be which day, we don't know, but the shows she pitched to us are going to be fantastic, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see that. So thank you, Tashika, for continuing this unbelievable program. And if you are a Black improviser or on a team of all Black performers, contact us. We are always looking to extend this as people want to take advantage of this opportunity. And we are continuing to work with the Black Improv Alliance and the Maryland Improv Collective on this. Great. All right, now into the team. Oh, I forgot they were one by one. I don't want to do that. Okay, these are, it's going to be like 5-6 teams per slide. As we see, we have coming back, Ask Aunt Bernadette, Babe Prov, Baby is coming back. Aunt Bernadette is having a second show this month with her friend Shirley on Sunday nights, so that's going to be wild. Heirloom is a short form two-person team. Taj Baker is one of the performers on that. She was a part of Metaforage this current season. So they're going to be coming in doing 2 shows with us. And then Badass Effervescent James, I believe, is a Diana Brown project, which I think it might have sewed up an award for the name already, quite possibly.
Yeah,
it's a leader. It's a
early
leader
favorite
for sure.
for the early favorite for the Tampoon Best Name Award.
Yes. And if I mess up who is on these things, I'm sorry. It's impossible to have my doc up and share a screen. So
I want to take this opportunity to just shout out Brian for like doing all this, because it is a logistical feat, and
it is.
would not and I could not.
People don't know, but the 4th Matrix movie was actually just a documentary of Brian putting the schedule together, and not enough people saw it. Not enough people tuned into HBO Max for that. It was glorious.
You know that GIF with the guy like counting on his fingers and all the numbers and like the math? That's like me trying to do the schedule. But no, it's really 90% of it is pretty easy because people are very clear what they can and can't do, and the length of the shows and all that. It's getting those little things in. That's always the hard part. Bottoms Up is a new team. Kristen Drenning was the person who submitted that. They're going to be on Tuesday nights a handful of times through the season. The British American Experience is back. I can't wait to do that. Continue to do that with Sarah Davis. It's just so much fun. Cakewalk's back on Thursdays. They took a little bit of break this season. Our Charmers duo, I believe, is Michael Ostrowskis. Yes, okay.
That's
there
right.
Were 2, and I forget who his partner is on that. So there are a bunch of duos this season. There's like 4 or 5. And then David Bowie is back. They're succeeding despite their coach.
Unbelievable.
Wow, Brian, I was just really freaking nice to you, and then I know. I just get walloped.
Molly walloped. Dolly Lana is back on Sundays again. They just keep going, and they are one of my favorite teams to watch. They crack me up whenever I tech those Sunday night shows. Dream Factory, if you haven't watched them on Sundays, their Sunday noon shows, they're a great international team.
Okay.
Dreamweaver is 3 of us knuckleheads and 3 other fantastic performers doing dramatic improv. Get a Room is an all-female team. Sandy Handley is the organizer for that group. They're back. Goombayo is a character team out of the Groundlings program. Hannah Jeffrey submitted this. I believe Paul Rabinowitz is also on this team.
Yeah.
I think And Paul's been on high wire shows, and I cannot wait for this. I think it is going to be bonkers. And thank God the return of Hannah Live.
After a year hiatus.
Yes.
We've been praying for this.
Praise
Hannah
be.
Live is a one-woman show by Hannah Jeffrey. I don't know if she's doing the multicam setup she did in her apartment before, which I was able to tech and was super fun. And if I know I'm super excited for the potential return of Kelsey Stifler and updates from the middle school.
I'm just got my fingers crossed for some Dooley Funt.
Oh,
God, that's right. Dooley has. I don't think Dooley has ever been on Hannah Live. Dooley's been in many other things.
yes.
I hope if she has time. I don't know. She's very busy.
Very busy.
Heavens to Betsy. Kristen, tell us about Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy is a brand new troupe featuring myself, the amazing Hannah Jeffrey, and the what's another word? The gorgeous, the fantastic. We're all just so fun. Sam Van Zandt. So yeah, it's basically me and my two best lady friends.
And that first date may be changing because we may.
Oh yeah, I have to get back.
Yeah.
So if you're
And
at
also,
home,
they may be filling in for some other openings. We're going to see that's one of those opportunities. Hemlock, they've been a Sunday team. It's a group of women from up in New York. Oh, they kill me. They are great.
So
they
good.
are really, really good. Our Sports is a Corey Anatado production. I'm not sure of what to expect, but I know it's going to be bonkers.
If Corey Anatato's involved, you know it's going to be weird.
Hostile is hostile, and JMO, Marty, Kristen, and JMO's mustache will at least be there. There may be other people.
We'll hopefully have some others. Blue could
JMO's
be there.
mustache will be there.
Blue could be there. Kimberly could be there. You never know.
I am going to say that I purposely put the Love Circle's first show on the day before Valentine's Day. That I did that on purpose. I didn't realize it's like the very end of putting the schedule together. Or it's just like second week. Sounds good for them. So that's great for your dating mishaps and connections. And Human Magnet has been with us. I think they're finishing their second season with us. They do a deconstruction, and I saw them do a 2-person deconstruction about a month ago that blew my mind.
So good.
And I remember saying to them, okay, do you only want like 15, 18 minutes? And they're like, no, we're doing the whole show. That was fantastic. So they are back. Important Screws, Kristen and my team will be back. We had all 7 of us actually this past week, and it was as weird as always.
That was fun.
That was so much fun. Impromptu is a dramatic genre show with Kathleen Joe Rinaldi and Teresa Bueno. Right now, they're only scheduled for one day because they've been getting some in-person shows down in Florida. We're going to try and get them some more. We just didn't work out on the first pass through the schedule. The Improv Professionals are back. Andy Abraham. This is a great team that mixes long and short form. They were not with us last season, but they've been performing on Socially Distant and some other places, and that is always a really, really good show. And I know he's added some new people to that team, so we're excited to have them back. It's Improv Baby is back, and they're excited in the Facebook chat to see their name in lights. Crystal Jennings, I believe, was the submitter of this. Yes, they're going to be on a late Sunday show. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. Chris and I didn't bring this up earlier, but Jam Against the Patriarchy is back for one thing during I think it's National Women's Day or
wonderful.
Something. Yeah. I forget. But Genevieve O'Keefe will be doing that jam again, which is a female and non-binary focused jam, which we used to do regularly, but it's kind of went away because of busyness. Storytime with Jesse Bradley is back. The name was too long, and there were too many dates, and it was going to run into the other text. So so Jesse is going to do that again. It's such a cool storytelling opportunity to see Jesse. The way he does that just amazes me. He makes 25 minutes of a story seem effortless, which I know it's not. It's hard, and he does a great job with Letters to Chicken. Oh, some of our favorite Baltimore ladies and Utah ladies. They're great. Very excited to see them back. Menage a Duo is David Silberstein. Is David Silberstein, who was in wait, what? He is back. I forget the name of his duo partner, but that they are going to be another one of those Monday duos. I tried to put a lot of those duos on Mondays, kind of have that vibe going for some of those early ones. Milling About is a Millie Hoffman jam, not a jam. It's a joint. It's not joint. Millie's a teacher. It's not joint. This is going to be kind of a laboratory environment of sorts, where different shows will get a chance to test out or stretch their legs on some Thursday night. So we're very excited to see that. Mouse Stuff will have their Monday fun again, and God damn it, they're going to be in the same place all together, and that always bothers me because I'm not with my teams, but I love that they do that because that's super fun. Murder Counts on the Prowl. Folks, go watch these. This is some of the most creative improv out there. Just unbelievable stuff. They've been doing it this past season, and I think they were last week, right, Barry?
That's right, last week.
Yeah, they're showing us.
Go watch it.
Yes. And then NAFTA, which is a duo. I had to move them off of Mondays onto Tuesdays. Claire Badiscombe and Chewy Zarate, Canadian and American. Oh, very good. It's kind of dramatic and serious, but also very funny and lots of heart. They're two wonderful people who I've had a chance to do stuff with, and I'm glad they are back. They had done a couple shows in season 4. Next slide. Naked Ramen is a sketch / improv group. Again, Kristen Drenning, Kate Bell, great wacky ladies. I can't wait to see what they're going to put together. I've worked with some of them, and I know how great that is. One Eyed Scouts is a long form team. Emma T in Europe is the head of this one, and this is going to be super fun. We can't wait to see them on the high wire stage. Corey, speaking Corey Annotato earlier, Pop Off is back for all you Pop Off fans.
Yes.
We're going to this is the only thing we have scheduled on Saturdays for right now.
Wow.
The schedules were getting full, and I knew Corey was up to just do Saturday, and Pop Off can run a little long, so it kind of felt like let's give it on Saturdays and have a lot of fun. Scrapple and Shadow Band, two longtime high wire teams. They're back on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we are super excited about that. Summer Sand is Johan Summer and Maggie Beth Sands. They will be doing some noon shows on Sundays. They do somewhat dramatic, but very grounded duo work. So much fun. I've seen them do a lot of stuff, and Maggie Beth has done some other things on High Wire. Sons and Roses, another. I'm forgetting Steve's last name. I know it starts with a P. Piloff. Thank you. He's with Human Magnet, and this is his other team, and they are back for another great season. Sorry, not sorry. Millie's Jamprov team will be back, as well as Sotto Voce Musical Improv, who do a completely sung-through musical improvised show, which I still don't know how they do that, and they do it every month. It's so good. We're really excited to have them back. Squirrely Bird, Veronica and Patrick they've had some other people joining them. One of those teams where I wish we could show the warm-up period because that was as much fun as the show. They're just so energetic and goofy when they do that. The Light Bulb is a short-form team, another Emma T submission. So I can't wait to see that on our stage. That's going to be one of our Sunday afternoon kind of European block shows.
I'm excited to see some short form teams.
Yes. It is good that we have a couple short form things happening. The Parafix, our friends down in DC, are back. Always a good time with them. You never know what they're going to do. They might not know what they're going to do till 5 minutes before. They're funny that way, where they're like, "Oh, what are we doing tonight? We're going to short form or long form," and then they just do it. The Playground, John Monroe's teen team is going to do some evening shows this season. That I took the wrong one off. The February 17th. No, that's right. The February 17th might move. That's the one that's in flux. We're going to get them 2 or 3 shows. The March 17th is definite as of now. Primetime Kids, as J-Mo says in the chat. Yeah, they're great. The Shit You Should Know from Jess Roby is back for a second season, and the Vocalettes are back on Sunday afternoons. That's Sandy Handley, Maggie Beth Sands, and Emma T. They do some super cool narrative musical improv. It's very, very fun. Great thematic stuff. I really enjoy seeing those shows. Tiny Dinos is a team that originally formed with the nursery that Sandy submitted. They're going to be doing some Sunday shows. And then also on Sundays, tonight, Kate Bell will be. And then we'll find out when she starts the show, and she will have some guests. And Kate has been just such a wonderful addition to the Highwire schedule. She will probably be getting a February show too. We're moving around the dates, but she had some personal conflicts. Just a couple more left. Topiary, love Topiary, love y'all. They're so good. Trash Kingdom, which is the Kate Bell and Kristen Drenning show with Becky Webb and some of those other incredibly funny ladies. They all be back on Sunday afternoons. The Rinaldis, Kathy and Joe with Unconsciously Coupled are going to have at least 2 shows, make them a third. There were, again, conflicts with in-person dates. Unicorn Kingdom out of the Intercity Improv group is back on. They're going to be doing Sunday nights this time. We're going to work them into this Sunday night group. And then this is the last slide. Virtual Virgins. Josh Wallach has really energized that team, and they're doing some great shows. I'm very excited to see them. Whatever this is, do you guys know about that? I don't know. Is that who put that on the schedule?
Not a fan.
Not a fan. I'm in it. We're in it. It's us, but we're not fans.
Still not a fan.
Yeah, and then these two, we need someone to submit a team where the name starts with something between Young and Zumbi, because these two are always the last two on like every list I do. Young Retirees, Kristen Elliott's team. Unfortunately, because of scheduling, they will not be paired with the Zumbies this season. It was so much fun to have those 2 teams together. And then Zombie, they'll be on Tuesdays, and then Zombie Apocalypse will be on Mondays. Smaller group as in-person stuff has happened. But the Zombies, this is kind of bringing things full circle. They formed as a Lightning team, which is now the Barracks at the Armory. They were in the first group of Lightning teams. I believe they were the very first show, because I was in that season. And they were at least they were in the first night. And they came out and they had not matching t-shirts. They all had black t-shirts on. They actually organized. I think they actually had an opening, which no one else did. And they the chat was just like, what is happening? These people are organized and prepared. This is, and that's Andy McCain.
A former Highwire award-winning opening, I believe, if that's correct. The Zombie Apocalypse opening.
That is correct.
Yes. But yeah, so that's it. That's the 60-some teams plus what we're doing on Black Joy Friday and the jams.
And to be named Barracks teams.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah. Right now they have placeholder names.
Yes.
And I don't want to break any news, but they're magically themed.
Oh,
they're magically themed.
Interesting.
And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody who's in the chat. Claire, Jess, John, Millie. Yes, we're happy to have everybody here. It's Improv Baby is here, so Crystal's in there too. So yeah, very excited to have the interaction here.
Oh, and I should have said earlier, thank you to Millie for she's like kept the jams going this whole time. So she's kind of taken a break from that to focus on the Barracks. But yeah, it was Millie's idea initially to have like the weekly jam, right, and get that going. So.
That's true.
Well, cool.
I love a jam.
I mean, we had done it pop up, and then she was like, when we were really getting things going, then she was like, "I'll take this over. I want to really do this."
Yeah, jams are a great way to meet new performers and friends.
Yes.
I started a sentence not really knowing what I wanted to do.
So you're like Michael Scott.
I start all my sentences.
Well, like I just went to a jam yesterday that Brenna Judkins hosts, and I got to play with some fun people that I never played with before, and it was great.
Yeah. I think especially that early part, I did more jams back then than I do now. But yeah, doing some of them. You already mentioned the folks, Unicorn Kingdom is with Intercity, and they do their Sunday night jam, and so that has spawned also the Blue Humor Jam. Michelle Gilliam at Improv MKE. I've been to some amazing jams that she's done. I know Will Hines' group does a couple jams a week, and they're great places to meet people and just have a little fun. And I do love that. I think some teams have found us through people participating in jams. Like they've seen us in other jams and ended up here. So that.
Yeah. And it's a great thing, like as long as we have to be online, it's a great thing, I think, to be able to do is just, connect with people everywhere. So.
All right. So that's the schedule. So let's, Barry, why don't you take over awards?
I will take over awards, but first, yes.
I have to say goodnight out there in Highwire land because it's past my bedtime. But I'm gonna go to Facebook Live and watch it live as I put myself to sleep.
Good
night, everyone.
Good night, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. Before we get to the awards, there's a question in the chat for Kristen. Jonathan Monroe asks, "Are you sponsored by 7-Eleven tonight?"
No, but I am open to sponsorships from 7-Eleven. Yes.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
7-Eleven, if you're watching.
If you're watching, yeah. Particularly 7-Eleven Japan, if you're watching. We love you.
Oh, I've heard you guys talk about that. I remember you guys talking about that.
Maybe you should give them a Highwire award at some point.
Let me ask, you guys know, is there 7-Eleven in Italy? Have you been to Italy? Do you know if they're there?
So we don't talk about this a whole lot, but we have been to Italy.
Oh,
really? And I don't think they have 7-Elevens there.
I did not see one.
We did stop at a gas station, but it was not a 7-Eleven. I don't remember what it was called, but
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for indulging me beating that horse one more time.
Thank you, Brian.
So Highwire Awards are a special type of award in that you cannot prepare to earn a Highwire Award. There is no reason or rhyme to the categories for these awards. They're not like best improv show. There's nothing reasonable about them. They're just a fun way to be excited about what's amazing and what's happening in our community. And sometimes, we come up with these ideas for the awards, and just nobody hits the mark. There's awards that just sit, and we don't want to coddle people. We don't want to be giving out participation ribbons. These awards are serious and they're important, and so sometimes an award will go unawarded for a season, and so unearned. Before season 5 awards, we'll go back. We actually have a season 3 and a season 4 award that have only now been earned. So we'll start with the season 4 award for the Tampoon Award for Best Team Name. As you can see, I'm going to turn my background off so that these awards can be seen in absolute clarity. This is a special one, and it's fitting because this award, if you remember from season 4, is the cat statuette, and the Tampoon Award for the Best Team Name is going to Murder Cats. And they were named Murder Cats in season 4, but they didn't earn the award in season 4. It was the longevity and the commitment to the name over season 4 into season 5 that earned them the Tampoon Award for Best Team Name. So we'll get this out to someone in.
What an honor!
Yes.
For this, fantastic work. And as Brian said, if you haven't tuned into those shows, they are doing some of the most exciting like props and music and concepts. It's just really, really gripping stuff online. Check them out. They've been on Sundays, and I think they will be on Sundays coming into season 6 as well.
I mean, they're called Murder Cats. What more could you want?
What more could you want? And now the season 3 award that needs to be awarded. Brian, I might need some help on this one. I was not here for this. You were.
Okay.
This is the season 3 award, the Mouth Stuff Award for Mouth Stuff. Now, Mouth Stuff is an independent team here in Baltimore. This is not an award for Mouth Stuff, the team. The award is named after Mouth Stuff. The award is given for performing Mouth Stuff. And all I have written down in my notes is Fa La La Laughs Vagina Danish.
Oh, God. Yes. I don't remember all the details, and I was in the show, and I forgot I was in the show until I was doing the editing of the episode. There was a family dinner.
Yes.
That was out of control, and somehow Tashika Campbell, our wonderful friend, brought up that there was a Danish that looked like a vagina.
Yes.
And they
And
do
we know
now that I see, now that that's in my brain, I'm like, yeah, they kind of.
and we know that Tashika has a good, pure heart and mind and never go sexual or blue at all. This is
No.
a one-time thing for
Words,
her.
not with her props, not with anything.
No, but yes, there was a vagina Danish. Jeff probably would have remembered more.
Yeah.
Jeff
But
would.
yeah,
It would.
so yes, Tashika for endowing the vagina Danish at Misty Letz's Fa La La Laugh show in December.
In December.
That's the Mouse Stuff Award.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, the tales we will
The
tell.
tales we will tell.
And let me just do this as a kind of appeal to people who might not know if they want to do improv. If you do improv, you will find something like vagina Danish as a casual comment that won't even really fully register in your brain, and you will just go about your daily life.
Just normal.
Any other human being would be talking about it for weeks. Me, they brought it up. I'm like, I think I was in that. I think I was in that show.
Impervious.
Yeah, because there's just so much weird nonsense. It just really doesn't register.
Yes.
Anymore.
And having been on so much stuff with Tashika, like that's just, I've heard lots of vagina Danish from her. Yeah.
We'll move on to our season 5 awards now. But we will stay on the theme of Fa La La Laughs. And our first season 5 award is the Tashika has tuned in and says, "Congratulations to me."
Something in my spirit said to it. Oh, that's funny.
You heard me talking about you.
Yes. Okay.
That's real.
Yeah. Well, so that award was about a scene that occurred during Fa La La Laughs, and that would not have been possible without the production of Millie Hoffman. And that's just one dimension to this award, because if people know Millie, they know her propensity for Christmas decor and decoration. And
she loves Christmas.
She does. And we are proud to award Millie the Most December Award. As mentioned several times, Millie does so much with High Wire Improv, but in particular, the second round of Fa La La Laughs this year, which has been a great winter festival for us and full of December cheer. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, Millie. I was gonna say this was the perfect way of executing something. Like, unless one of us was really involved in the show, I don't think we really were. She's done this. We trust her. We know she can do it. She didn't have to ask us like a million questions, and we didn't have to like check up and see what was going on. It's a great project that she's taken ownership of and does so well that to other people may look like it's just happening or that we're doing it. No, that's all Millie, and it's just a wonderful to see it happen, and then for me to show up tired at the last one and harass everyone because I forgot. No, that was the bit show. That was the bit show.
Yeah, no, that was my show, Brian. Don't worry about it though. It's cool. No, especially the past couple Christmases have been, kind of rough and, maybe rougher than usual for a lot of people, myself included. So, just any little bit of cheer we can spread.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Millie, for doing that.
Yes. All right. This one's a challenge. This is, and Brian, I think you definitely know this one, but this is the Hamplington Wilfordshire Best Name Award. I'll get a zoom in on that. It's very tough to read.
Oh.
The kerning at Crown Awards.
Great font.
Perfect.
Yes.
To make this legible.
And this is, as Barry says, you can't aim for these awards.
No.
And this goes to the team, the No Pants Improv team. Neil Leahy is the organizer. This was a show with Neil, Nicole Perkowitz, Kristen Drenning, and Nick Desai. and it was set on an English manor in the style of Jane Austen horror, as their shows for all season 5 were. And the names, I was just chatting with Barry, Chris, and Jeff, like, we got to give these guys an award for the names they're coming up with. It was like, I think it was Lieutenant Hamplington, Lieutenant something Hamplington,
multiple Hamplingtons.
Yeah, so it was just they that format they do is so cool, and there's so much going on, and they're still able to come up with the most absurd yet also slightly believable British surnames and town names. And yeah, we love the No Pants folks, and I just felt like they needed that award.
It's
So
true.
Neil, we'll get that to you so you can enjoy that up in Rhode Island.
All right. Continuing on the theme of Britain, the Honorary Americans Award.
Yes, I this was one of those ones of I don't want to encourage them to think that we're on equal terms as Brits and Americans, but the cast of the British American Experience, Sarah Davies, Julie Fowler, and the rest of the group, Vanessa Sue, and Fiona, and Dan, and Brendan, and I think that's it.
An honor they never wanted.
Yeah, but no. Well, I think we needed to make them honorary Americans because they show up at late times in the like 9 o'clock for shows because we can't be bothered to do it earlier. But they put up with our ridiculous American attitudes and everything. So we have named them honorary Americans, and we'll honor them as such. And we're very excited that we're doing this show again. And we definitely Brandon. Oh God, I'm blanking on Brandon's last name now. Ingram. I was thinking of a Brandon I grew up with, and that name stuck in my head. Brandon Ingram came up with this with Sarah. They had been on a team together, I think, through Queen City, and came up with the British American Experience. Then he had to take a step back and ask me if I'd continue it, and it's just been so fun. In the last couple shows, we've been really fortunate that we had some conflicts of our usual American performers, and we were able to pull in Kale and Carla from Queen City and Simon Duvall from down in Florida, and just add some different perspectives to it, and that's just been a lot of fun. So for the British part of the British American crew, this award is for them.
Oh, what's like a British clap? Like,
like a sneer, a little dissatisfaction. Our next award goes to a performer you're going to see a lot on season 6. This is going to Kate Bell, who performed as part of Crate, and Crate, a wonderful, wonderful group. And there's a scene she performed where she went 3 minutes in full auctioneer mode. She was speaking 700 words per minute, and I think I bought something at some point, and she has been awarded the Auctioneer of the Year award.
Very, very. Oh God, I forgot about that. I totally forgot she had done that.
Who knows what she will be? Kate Bell is tonight. She's already been an auctioneer though, so probably not that.
Yes.
Going back to the holiday season, we had a wonderful group, and we decided early on that we wanted to have a best holiday bedtime story award, which you can see here. And with Fa La La Last planned, with the winter season, everyone kind of assumed it would be a winter holiday. But Sons and Roses performed a Flag Day nursery rhyme as a kind of like just an end, like they had a few extra minutes at the end of a show, and they decided to do an improvised holiday story, and they told this beautiful tale about a moose on Flag Day that taught us a lot about what it means to be friends, what it means to support each other, and what Flag Day is, which I knew for several days and have since forgotten. So,
day about flags. Or is it just our flag? Or is it all flags?
I think it's a particular flag. I might have to Wikipedia that later. So for Sons and Roses, the Best Holiday Bedtime Story Award. Oh yes, a flag. Yes, I see. Very good, very good. Yes,
I'm waving an improv flag.
An improv flag. You can take workshops at Highwire Improv and learn interesting and different skills, like using object work online. Speaking of online and supporting the growth of Highwire Improv, every season, the way these awards work is we have to order them from Crown Awards. Not sponsored, but we're open to it.
Awards.
We've purchased our awards from Crown Awards for five times in a row, and every single time I get an email asking, "Is this the right art?" And I say yes, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the care. But we started ordering one that is to be awarded, right? We have to order these like 2 weeks before the end of the season, and who knows what might happen after that. Like, we don't want to miss out on an opportunity to provide an award that was earned just because we weren't smart enough to come up with the category before we had to order the awards. There's shipping, there's supply chain. So we ordered.
Weirdly, the plastic
Yeah.
trophy supply chain has not been interrupted.
Not disrupted.
No.
It got here very quickly.
They come in like 2 days. It is crazy.
It's amazing, but you never know.
It's shocking how affordable and fast they are.
Indeed. So this season we ordered the Invisible Ink Award to reflect that the actual name of the award is not what's on the plate. It's secret. There's invisible ink on this plaque that really tells you what the award is for. We'll provide a certificate of authenticity to detail the true award meaning. And this award is for the best promotion. And it goes to Casey Jones, who does an exemplary promotion of all of Highwire socials with the most energy and excitement. It's remarkable that she's not got one of those like YouTube like gold plaques for 1 million subscribers or whatever, because she gasses us up every time and gives us the most promo. Check out a jam. Just watch the last 2 minutes of any jam to see what we're talking about. So this award is for Casey. Thank you so much for being such a big supporter of our jams, but also for spreading the word. Hit that subscribe button. Yes.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe.
Smash it. I tell you, the last time I hosted the jam, Casey didn't make it, and I was like, literally. But I also was like, should I call someone and make sure she's okay? Like, did she fall? I just want to make sure Casey's okay.
Yeah, we should get like her to record that in case she's not there. We can just play
That's a really good idea.
Play like a promo of her saying all that.
Oh man. Brian, I think I might need your input on this one. This is another Crate award. The award for most accents per performer.
Oh my goodness. And this is one that you might not find fully in the video of a Crate performance. A lot of this was off camera during the warm-up, because they went through. It started with just doing some accent work and doing some characters, and then especially Kate and Becky Webb were just breaking down, like, you kind of say, oh, that's a Southern accent, or that's this, but they're like, oh no, this is like the bottom third corner of this county in this block of only people over 55. This is how they speak. and like 3 or 4 of them were pitching in with this unbelievable accent work. It did carry through to the show. It wasn't spoken as to what they were doing in the show, and this might have been their first one. But the accent work was, as someone who, number one, I can't get through a whole sentence in an accent without it changing. Or just giving up.
I was going to say, can't or won't.
I hear it, and then I'm like, that's bad. I need to stop. I just need to stop doing this. But yes, that was, I think it was Craig's very first performance when they were warming up and then carrying it through the show. Just unbelievable, fantastic, very detailed accent work.
Wonderful.
Extraordinary. You can win an award during a warm-up. We're always watching. are always looking for great performance. The scouts are always there. You know, I think people have had a range of opinions on online improv, and some people have taken it more seriously than others, and that's fine. And some people have shown us that you can do a lot. You can use the screen as if we're in a movie. And the recently formed Queen City Comedy House team, Trash Kingdom, demonstrated this, particularly Desi from this team from Brussels, international member of the team, with a cardboard tube, which she held up to her Zoom camera and created a perfect rendition of the James Bond camera shot from the opening sequences of all the James Bond movies, and used the cardboard tube in 4 other scenes for the show. And so the Cardboard Cinematographer Award is presented to Desi from the wonderful Trash Kingdom team. Check that show out. That was on the 5th of December of this year. And it's you're not limited by being online. There's so much more you can do.
So much.
With virtual backgrounds, with camera angles, with including your pets and family members. All of these things are options available to you.
Hey, Blue, Zizway won an award.
Yeah, we still have it.
Which we love to get to Blue and this way.
Yes, we do. Speaking of not being limited by being online, you can do improv from a car. Brian knows what I'm talking about. You can do an improv from a car. You can do improv while you're getting out of the car and going into your house. And so the On the Go Award is presented to Lucy from Jonathan Monroe's teen group, The Playground, for starting a scene in the back seat of a car on, I assume, an iPad or an iPhone, and continuing it while walking inside.
Yeah, she was doing a scene, and these kids, JMO did such a great job with these kids, and we've seen it more with kids are better at pulling off car prov than adults.
Yeah.
And
digital natives.
Her sister is also on the team, and before this happened, they were passing the iPad back and forth, and her scene happened, and I'm teching this show, and dirty secret, sometimes when we're teching, we're not paying 100% attention. We got a lot of stuff to do.
We're paying 110%, Brian.
Yeah, 110%. Yes.
Brian.
And so I'm watching, and I was in another window, and then I came back, and she's walking up the sidewalk, holding the iPad in front of her face, continuing
That's impressive.
And then walked into a room, sat down on a couch, and this was all through a scene or a game. I forget exactly what they're doing, and I was just like, oh my! And then the scene was done. She turned the camera off, and then next thing you know, her sister's in the next scene, sitting on the couch next to her, and it was just unbelievable.
Amazing.
That is impressive. I would get car sick if I tried to do that. I get very motion sick. That's just something about me.
I was also impressed that the signal held through the entire time.
Well, and the switch from 5G to Wi-Fi going into the house.
Yeah. The fact that she did it, sure, kids they just figure it out, they do it. But the fact that everything worked and
everything worked.
It didn't break, it didn't scramble, the scene kept going.
Truly a technological feat.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of technological feats,
That's his word.
Sometimes the best moments in online improv come in the use of technical difficulties. And this award is for a recent cakewalk show in which one member of the team froze in the middle of a purported text message exchange. And then each person in the troupe proceeded to freeze in the next scene talking with their next text messaging partner. And therefore the best left on red award goes to the entirety of Cakewalk. This is from their January 7th show. Fantastic. This award was a fun one to give. This is a fantastic scene. And Cakewalk is always doing something new and exciting. And sometimes that comes from when things don't work, which is an improv lesson for us all.
JMO was informing us that was a phone, not an iPad. Lucy
Wow.
was using. So yeah.
That's even better. That's even like on a phone with Zoom, you can only see 4 people at a time. You have to
Yeah.
like swipe to see the other people. That's a fantastic, the perseverance and the technological savvy of kids. Amazing. Yes, again, Tashika,
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. That's
what I was going to say.
It pays to be in the chat. It pays to be in the chat. Let's talk about our friends from Zombie Apocalypse. Award-winning intro, and this season they did a wonderful bookend in their first and their last sets. They performed in the first show of their season thumb wrestling, really just like serious and dedicated thumb wrestling scene, and in their last show of the season, a serious and dedicated arm wrestling scene.
I missed their last show. Oh, I didn't know that.
And it was just a duo, and it was a perfect arm wrestling scene. And so the award for the most athletic duo is given to Zombie Apocalypse for their duo of athletic duo performances.
Was it River and Greg doing the last one, the arm wrestling?
It was indeed, yes.
And Andy and Greg did the thumb wrestling, and they matched up really well.
It was amazing.
Very impressed by that, because they've had some folks who aren't doing online because of other stuff, and so they have fewer people, but they still have just such great energy. And that I think was their first show as a duo.
Yeah.
That first one, and they were just like, all right, we're gonna see what happens, and it was super fun and got an award.
Amazing. Sometimes, we give awards for things we really enjoy. Sometimes we give awards for things that just surprise us. Sometimes we give awards to make sure that we have a place in the new world order and the future of society. And so this award is being given to Unicorn Kingdom. They're going to be our future overlords. They revealed to us in their improv that they are in fact lizard people. And they will be taking over the world. All of the memes, all the deep fried memes that you see on Facebook are true. And so we're awarding you.
Yes. I was teching that show, and out of all of them, Lindsay Gonzalez, her tongue work as a lizard person was exquisite. I would like her to teach a 3-hour workshop on how to fully turn yourself into a lizard person. I think she had like a hoodie on, so that really helped.
Yeah.
When she pulled it up and kind of hung it, like Star Wars style, partially over her eyes. But yeah, that was really early in the season. I'd forgotten about that. That was so fun. And it was a runner throughout the show that just kept getting funnier and funnier.
Yeah, it's funny now.
Brian, you never recognized my tongue work.
The mouth stuff award for mouth stuff has already been awarded.
Yes.
Kristen, you'll appreciate this one.
I just like making Brian uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
Recently, you got to perform with a member of Hostel who you never got a chance to perform with.
Oh yeah.
What would you like to tell folks about that situation?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up, world? Hostel here. So I joined Hostel in like late October of 2016. That was like the very first house team I was ever on, and great group of fabulous friends. And there was one person on that team, Gio, who just like kind of never was around, and it kind of became a joke, like, oh, we think Gio might be coming this week to the show, or like, oh, we think Gio might be at practice this week. And like several months went by, and then it was kind of like, oh, well, we think Gio moved to New York City. So like it didn't seem to be clear like that he had actually moved and that he was not coming back or whatever. So I never got to meet or play with Gio, and years have gone by, and so we decided to have a Hostel takeover a couple weeks ago, which was really fun. And we were like, let's get Gio in for this show. And fortunately, he was available. He was down. He joined us. It was a lot of fun. Delightful person, attractive, handsome. and very sweet. And yeah, that was the first time I got to perform and really interact in any way with the lovely Geo.
Indeed. And
Yeah.
so for being part of Hostel in shows at least 6 years apart, the Haley's Comet Award has been awarded to Geo from Hostel. We hope to see him again in several years, or sooner. Sooner's fine. But
I love how Kristen and I have full access to the document with all these awards, and sometimes we're even involved in discussions, yet we have been surprised on multiple occasions tonight. And some of them are really like, oh, Barry, that was something Barry came up with late. But some have been like, oh, that's right, we talked about that 2 months ago.
Well, yeah, Barry and I did actually. And Barry was like, yeah, he's like Haley's Comet. And I was like, oh my God, that's a great award or something
that's exactly
like that.
what happened. That was exactly how the situation went. That's how the sausage is made.
I'm sure JMO's in the chat.
Yes.
Refuting what I've said.
No, he just says so good.
He supported it.
He supported it.
Okay, good.
Speaking of support and speaking of JMO, JMO has been an integral part of Hostel, certainly for a long time, but in particular, the openings and the pumping up of Hostel, both during the Hostel takeover and in previous Hostel shows.
Yeah. And this week.
And so there's a particular song that Hostel comes out to all the time that has been professionally recorded and streamed hundreds of millions of times.
By a professional singer.
But that's
He's
not
just
good
realizing
enough.
what's happening.
That's not good enough. So the award for the best human jukebox is awarded to Jonathan Monroe for his I'm sure ability to sing many songs, but in particular certain Kesha songs that are important for making Hostel.
Yes, there was a technical issue, and we're not going to point fingers or lay any blame anywhere or say anything, but there's technical issue, and the Kesha was not audible to others.
Kesha was not audible.
Hasn't she been through enough?
So Jonathan just stepped in, and it wasn't like he did a little bit. I mean, he took full control of the reins.
Yeah. And this is the thing.
Became Kesha for a good 30 seconds.
He became
Kesha.
Like,
is this Kesha? This sounds like Kesha.
Right.
I think it's this Kesha.
If we had played the Kesha song directly, and if it had been audible, if certain people who were teching the show were able to set things up correctly, then we would have had to stop it after 10 seconds. Otherwise, we would have faced muting that portion of the video thanks to music licensing rules and copyright. Yeah. But since Jonathan was singing it, we could go on as long as we want. And since Jonathan was singing it could.
He now chimed into the chat. Congratulations to me.
I meant to say a cappella, not acoustic.
Oh, yeah.
Important distinction.
It is.
Highwire Improv, always educating.
Barry, that table looks barren. Are we up to our last award?
This is our last award. It is.
It feels like the first award.
It does. It's kind of the same weight, same shine. It does feel like the first one. But this one's a little different. This one's not for an improv show. This award is the most effective sabbatical award, and this is being provided and awarded to Darren Hart, who has taken a sabbatical from work, which is like what a flex.
Respect.
Good move. And he decided to use some of that time to help us with our applied improv programs here at Highwire, which have been going really, really well. We've been super excited to get involved in that. Kristen, you want to talk a little bit about like what we've been doing there? I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is still sort of in its like, I guess, beta. Is that the right?
I like that. Beta's good.
Is that the right term? Should I tell the whole story, or do you want me to truncate it, or should I? I'll just tell it. I'll just
tell a story.
So this lovely man named Poe, he's a professor at Carnegie Mellon. he got super into improv at, I guess a couple years ago at some point. He's like a super math guy, and he wanted to he took a bunch of improv, really loved it. And then he started thinking like, oh, how can improv help other people? Like it helped me with my interpersonal, with being looser, all these sort of side effects that improv has, that we, a lot of us who go into it wanting to be performers, we don't always remember, but like a lot of people take improv for things like public speaking, or just wanting to be more relaxed, or whatever. There's a lot of reasons, right? So this man named Poe, sorry, I'm the most long-winded of all of us. He has this great company. He has this great company called XB, and he's in Philadelphia, right? Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh. And so his company XB trains high school students, like these gifted high school students all over the US and in Canada, to be TAs for middle schoolers. So middle schoolers who are struggling with, who's ragging me in the chat?
No, it's not a rag. It's not a rag. J-Mo mentioned mathicorn.
Oh yeah. I still don't really understand what that is. So to be TAs for middle school students who are, maybe struggling with math, right? Okay, it's a fantastic program. And so he thought, wow, how can improv help these young people? And he reached out to us, and we developed a 4-week course for these high school kids. And can I just say, I taught children and I taught adults. This was like one of the best groups of improv students I've ever had. They were absolutely wonderful. They got it. They were into it. They lived it. They loved it. They laughed it. It was great. And so that went really well. And so we're going to do a second level for some of those kids who are interested. And we're going to do another level 1 as soon as he gets another cohort of children together. And so, so this has kind of helped us get our applied improv stuff off the ground. And eventually we want to be, as soon as we've sort of like worked out all the sort of little tiny kinks here and there, we want these to be running hopefully every month or so, or every 6 weeks or so. And we obviously we're going to be reaching out to people who are interested in teaching. We've already touched base with a few people, because I think this could be a great opportunity to, train some teachers, get more people into applied improv world. And so, and then now you can talk about Darren.
Yeah, and so Darren has been supporting with us with all of this, has been out there getting other potential clients for applied improv in the corporate world, and has been building surveys for us so we can make a data-informed decisions and demonstrate to people that this actually works. And so we're doing surveys at the beginning and the end of each course. And he's just dove in with so much energy and support, and just wanted to acknowledge all the exciting help that we've had from him, and looking forward to working with him more on this. And so the most effective sabbatical award is for Darren.
And I also do want to say Jonathan Monroe, fantastic teacher. He teaches middle school students improv, and we co-taught the first course, and we're going to co-teach the second round. And so he's been instrumental in getting this off the ground too. So I'm really excited for this program. I think working with kids is great, and so.
This is one of those things and we talk about community first, our kind of driving mantra. And I was in on the first, I think just the first call about this, where we talked with Darren and Sam Van Zandt about it. And it became very obvious that, we have a great community, and not the 4 of us don't have to be involved doing everything as board members. Like we can, pick the things that we're really focused on, because when we know we have other people who are super talented and super eager, that they can do it. We don't need to sit there. It's similar to Millie saying, I want to do these shows, and we trust people. And that's the whole thing, that we love this community, and how it's given new people an opportunity, or people a new opportunity to really use the skills they have and expand what an improv organization can be. And just the emails, looking at our the Highwire email account and seeing the feedback coming back from the folks at XB, and them, me having, a daughter in college, and having been through that high school experience, knowing lots of high school age kids, and seeing how happy they are for the kids, it's just great. They're like, wow, this kid has really grown in just 2 or 3 classes, and they're using that to help other kids. That's you know what? That's
really
great. It's not about doing dirty jokes for fun with your friends. That's part of it, but it's to actually use this skill and let other people become better at what they do through improv is just so gratifying.
Well, and I think we're all so passionate about improv, and this is one of the reasons why. It's because it can literally improve your life,
Yeah.
And that's, we make a lot of jokes about improv and everything, but it truly is, a really fantastic thing for a lot of people. And these kids, I can't stress enough, they were just making connections. They were, by the last class, they were doing stuff that we hadn't even really taught them. They were doing 200, 300 level stuff. I was like, how do they know to do this? How do they know to heighten? How do they, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited that we get to do more with them. And I'm really excited to bring more people into this because, I think it's just a great thing that we sort of stumbled on. So,
yeah. And I think any sort of corporate or training is daunting. It's a lot to take on. Yeah. And to have our first big experience at it be so positive, it just,
really exciting.
Yeah, because it could have been, let's do this thing for a group at some job, and the people were being forced to they were being forced to do it, and they didn't want to do it, and this was like 2 hours of torture. But no, this was such a positive experience. I'm really excited to see what we can do with it. Partially because we know so many great teachers in our community that hopefully, I know teachers are pushed to the brink right now, but maybe this is something that can give them another jolt of energy if they really want to do it. And
even if you're not a teacher, anyone, I think can be an improv teacher.
Kristen, Jonathan says they knew because you taught them the foundation.
Oh, Jonathan, baby. Oh.
And Tashika says Highwire is truly a gift. No, you are a gift, Tashika.
It's true.
It's really, really lovely to hear. Tashika. Honestly, we don't have to get super touchy or whatever, but or not touchy, that's not the right word.
Feeling.
Yeah. But we exist because of this wonderful foundation of people who are, supporting us, by doing shows with us, by hosting, by producing a show, by checking a show this. It did, you know what I mean? It's more than just the 4 of us at this point, and we wouldn't have anything if it weren't for all these wonderful people who are supporting us. What I'm trying to have a moment.
Tashika says, let's touch, permission given.
It's the nature of the moment. This is improv, as Brian said earlier.
I'm sorry, I could not laugh when I saw that come up on my phone.
Things that don't phase improvisers.
I'm gonna message Tashika because I want to have a Target date with Tashika. We're both very into Target.
And I want to see
I want to see I know we probably both have a Target ritual. I want to see what's the same and what's different. You know what I mean? How do we Target? Comment in the chat if you're watching. How do you Target?
I generally go to electronics first.
That's so
I never go to electronics at Target.
I never go to electronics. I don't ever.
I very rarely buy anything there, but I go and I look at it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never. Yeah. I'm not an electronics person, so I never even look.
Yeah. J-Mo says he's in and out.
Yeah.
In and out. Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a gift to be able to do that, honestly.
Yeah, it's a skill.
Because even when I'm okay, I have 5 things on my list, I'm just gonna do the 5 things. It doesn't ever really happen that way.
No.
Anyway, so
Corey starts at the dollar stuff and then goes right to the board game.
Oh yeah, we're shocked. We're so
shocking there.
I always think of Corey when I see the board games in Target.
Can we how have we gone an hour and 15 minutes and not talked about Corey talking about the Highwire deck on Jeopardy?
Yes. Oh my God.
And it was linked in there was a link to the Highwire deck in the Philly TV station article about Corey.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Corey was on Jeopardy. He
Great
got
people.
second place, which is amazing. And he's a star. So
It's true.
Okay, we're continuing our Target. Jess says, I start with people watching for a minute because Target people watching is legit.
It's
And
true.
then you got to have a list before I go.
yeah. I always go straight, I'll just talk about how I target. I always go, I usually hit the bathroom first, actually. That's almost invariably I have to pee when I get there. And then I get my cart and then I'll look at the kind of dollar stuff up front. I'll go straight down the clothes. I kind of peek over, like I don't need any clothes most of the time. So I try not to look because if I look too hard, I will buy something. I look at the men's clothes and then I spend a lot of time. I think I spend the most time in the house and like kitchen stuff. I'm always looking at the home stuff there. Yeah. And then I look at like cat stuff and usually makeup, and then I always do food last. If I need food stuff.
I generally, like I say, go to electronics, then maybe fan out either to clothes or to seasonal. And then I might hit office stuff or like home decorations, but the bulk of the time is spent walking around checking my phone to make sure my family hasn't already checked out and is just waiting for me, because that has happened before.
Oh, so the three of you go in and then you
Yes,
branch off.
typically we will because it's a lot of times I'm tagging along when they have a Target need, like shopping for stuff for Bridget for school or whatever, and I'm like, well, you don't need me around, you don't want me around.
Yeah. There's left and right-handed Targets. I know Brian, you just saw Hank's comments on Target and Walmart bathrooms, but I'm going to continue my Target experience. There are left-handed and right-handed Targets where if you walk in the front door, in some you can only go straight into the right, and in others you can only go straight into the left. And the ones that are left-handed, the clothes are on the left when we start. And I will go walk by the clothes, and I'll make a pass all the way to the back, and then I'll loop back around to the food, and then I'll kind of chill in the food area. But if I'm at a right-handed Target, I will ignore the clothes entirely, and I will go directly to the food. It's just like a wider aisle for some reason. It just like the feng shui of it pulls you to the food.
Yeah.
And there's like amazing snacks. There's like amazing snacks at Target. There's always like new like Archer Farms fancy ass like trail mix and stuff. And so
the trail mix. Yeah.
I always look there.
We have there's a good
back because I don't like to go immediately in and across the front to the food because that's where everyone's standing in line.
Right. There's like more space in the right-handed Targets though, and it's not as claustrophobic.
Yeah, but the lines are always backed up now, and so I don't want to have to like weave through. So I end up.
I have a left-handed. We go and need to take a left.
Yeah.
Straight is close, and but you talk about the trail mix. They do have some cool trail mixes. I was excited because there was one here that got not opened during my daughter's Christmas break, and I was very excited. And then I realized there was cashew, and I just have to spend half my time picking out the cashews and eating all the other stuff, and I don't feel like doing that.
No. Yeah, last year they had a bunch of their big bins of trail mix like on clearance, and I bought like 8 of them, I think, for Barry. We're still working through those.
Yeah. And the Target packaged goods are so far above the Target prepared foods. Like that cafe section it's half the time it's not open, and then the other half of the time it's like a $4.75 soft pretzel that's neither soft nor pretzel.
Well, the Towson Target just got remodeled, and that now is very nice, and they have a brand new very nice Starbucks. And they have flowers. They have fresh cut flowers at the front now.
Yeah.
Yes, Hank, I hate cashews. I hate cashews so much.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
I will never forget as a young boy going up to a bowl of nuts and being like, oh, peanuts, putting one in my mouth and being like, fuck. Should have looked closer. Because one of my parents or both of them, I don't remember, liked cashews. There was like it was like they had company over. And,
hey, listen, if you're watching, DM me if you want to have a show sometime just called Target Talk, where we just get on and we talk about Target. Or if you want to have a private talk called Target Talk, or if you want to go to Target with me, just slide in my DMs there.
or just email highwireimprov
at gmail.com.
gmail.com. And for anything, if you wanted to learn more about our awards or the season 6 shows or our various target points of view, or possibly this cat that's about to appear on screen, you can email us and find out more. That's Vega.
This is baby Vega, one of the new additions to our family.
Soon to be added to highwire.com/pets.
Oh, I haven't touched that page in forever.
If you have a pet,
yeah.
Email us their picture and we'll put them up. I feel like
True.
we're devolving, so we should probably.
It's true. Yeah. But this is a good moment to end on.
Yeah.
It's been an hour and 20 minutes. This has been a ride.
It's been fun. Thanks everyone who really impressive chat following.
As I said,
I'm impressed.
As I said in our private chat, I had a hard day of like cleaning a house that's getting ready to go up for sale, and I needed this. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for the chat. I mean, we've had a good, consistent number of viewers on Facebook, and I love that, and I love all y'all. And yeah, this has been great. This reminds me of the old times when we actually wanted to be online doing improv and chatting to each other.
It's true. It's true.
Well, this is fun, and yeah, thank you everyone for making Highwire amazing.
Highwire. Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
See you all in season 6.
Happy Flag Day.
It's in June.
I can wish you a happy Flag Day. I hope it's good whenever it is.
Happy Arbor Day.
There we go.